Hi everybody, welcome. I don't know how you got in. Comments before we got in here.
Hello everyone.
County Line Forge says hi. Yep.
How you all doing?
You were first. You beat us in here.
Woo!
Curiosity Forge.
Somebody called him a nerd.
Just saying. Well, you were second in here, so you could have claimed it. So yeah, welcome. I hope everybody's having a great Friday evening so far. You guys will have to let us know what you're all up to. Yep. Coffee's Forge, yep, you're fourth. Zapple Butter Gaming, welcome.
Hello everyone.
Evans LeBlanc, B&B Forge, good to have you. Yeah, it looks like we're up to at least 4. I don't know if we, or no, 13. Okay, there we go. Yeah, sometimes our numbers lag a little bit on this end. So yeah. And plus, all we get to see is the thumbs up too. Sometimes you guys tell us, oh, there's a thumb down or whatever, but we don't get to see that part. So, just fine. Doesn't really matter.
No.
Right? We don't give no heed to the haters, huh?
No, we don't care about those people. It's called I've got a life and I'm too busy for that.
Curtis McPherson, welcome.
Hello, hello.
Adam Robbins, B&B Forge. I think I said hi to you already.
Yep. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to the Forge for another go. If you can't tell, I'm suited up for welding today. So, I'm making a saddle for the Anvil here. This is the first start of everything that I'm going to be doing this evening. I'm making a saddle so I can have a pair of combo dies, or just a combo die, if you will.
Flip it around here.
No, it's fine.
Oh. Sorry.
All right, well, never mind. Here.
Get it close up here. All right.
So I'm making I made a combo die. This is a piece of 1045, and it's going to go over here and get welded in spot for drawing out and various other operations like so. It'll get lined up. Was thinking I was going to line it up with this outside edge, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm actually just going to leave it centralized on the block. It's going to work just fine that way. For what I'm using it for. So basically what's happened here is I've had to make a new, come up here and look, because of the increased weight. Somebody had commented it looked like this was a little underpowered in the last video, and it is, and it was, because the leaf spring stack that I had in there before was too loose of a stack. I just only had 3 blades or 3 leaves on it, and it just was not rigid enough for my liking. Now, since I added this whole new stack up here, and I also added a new way of gripping it versus having to take out the bolt through the stack and just gripping it from the bottom, I added a lot of height. So what happens now is at the lowest juncture that I can go, this is how high my die is off my bottom die. Now that's not a problem because I plan on mostly using this with tooling, like so. So it's not a problem. It works great for tooling.
Yeah.
I can put tooling in there, punch eyes on hammers, yada yada, all that under this die. And this thing hits a lot harder now, by the way, with this heavier spring stack. But, as you might surmise, that kind of hoses me out of doing stuff like drawing out things out underneath the power hammer. I can if I take my flatter die, and that's what I have been using to draw out material. I'm using the radius on the back setting underneath there as like a drawing die to draw out material, and then I flip it over like this to clean up material, like so. Or lay this right on top of the material and clean up material that has been worked under these big flat dies. So I figured I'd bypass that step and go ahead and make a combo die that fits in here instead. So that's what we're working on this evening. Later on this evening I'll actually be working on copper bowls. So I'll be cutting out some copper. I've got some copper work to do. So I'll be cutting out some copper bowls and going that route.
Yeah, I was going to say the butcher knife up there does look a little menacing.
It does, don't it?
It's like right above the power hammer.
Don't worry, we still like y'all.
Let's see, Mike G had a question. Hey Roy, how long did it take to get that 30-pound hammer to forging heat in your coal forge?
It took about 45 minutes to get it up to forging heat.
So you had some waiting time.
Yep, just a little bit. So all I'm doing here is I'm basically getting everything tacked up. I'm getting everything tacked up with the MIG welder, and then I'm going to come back through with the actual stick welder. With my stick welder, I'm going to stick weld everything in. Reason for this being is I have had problems with MIG welds breaking on me. So I don't know if it's the type of wire that I'm using. It's an ER706 wire. I'm not sure if it's that that's causing the problems or what it is exactly. But I have been let down several times by it. So, with that being said, it's a crack in the weld. It's a crack that happens in the weld and it breaks loose. And then I've had other times where it's been on thick material and I've had lack of fusion. And that's not something you want to play around with on a power hammer. You just don't. You want this thing to be solid. The last thing you want is a die to kick off and hit you in the guts. So.
Ulf Peterson, thank you for the 200 knock super chat. He says, let's hope it sticks.
Thank you all. You're awesome, my friend. You're going to be broke. You keep supporting your favorite channels like that, but I like you being broke. Thank you, Ulf. Everybody give him a hand clap.
SNS Smithing says, sorry, been missing a lot of live streams lately. Started that new job a few weeks back.
Hey, that's all right, man. You got to make hay while you can make hay.
Ivy Forge says, yeah, I'll be missing some live streams here in the near future. Let's see. Royal Crow Forge says, try stick welding instead. It gets deeper.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. So, yeah, tonight, so basically what I like to do is I like to tack things up with the MIG welder. Just hold everything in spot. Once everything's tacked up with the MIG, then I go in with the stick. I don't have to do that. I just found that it's easier to make tack welds with the MIG welder. You just point and shoot, basically. So that's what I'll be doing with this. And I'm going to give Jessica a little face shield.
Okay, I was going to say, I can turn away. It doesn't matter. That was a lot of dust that came out of that thing.
You're going to hold this up to your face anyhow.
All right.
That way, you just hold it like this.
Okay, how about the camera? Does the camera need shielded or no?
No, the camera don't.
Okay,
no
you guys get no shielding.
No.
Full exposure.
Yeah, so you just hold it like that, okay?
All right.
That way you're not, and you stay over there.
Okay, I'll back up a bit. No welding sputter here.
So I'm going to get this tacked up, this little hardy stem here, and then I'm going to tack up the die. Once I know this fits in there perfectly and everything's working okay, then I'll tack up the die on it.
Alrighty.
Go ahead, you can keep shooting comments or whatever.
Okay, alright. Ulf says, I know, I am tapped out. Smiley face, don't tell the wifey.
Whenever you're tacking something up, you want to move fairly quick. If it's freestanding, you don't want to let the welds pull any. There. Then I have that tacked in good enough.
Ivy's Forge says, it's hard to watch in the middle of the ocean, just LOL. Yeah, I bet there's not too many cell towers out that way. Mr. Coffee, thank you for the $10 super chat. He says, just because, LOL.
Thank you, Mr. Coffee, sir.
SNS Smithing says, MIG welding tends to not want to burn in deep, my least favorite form of welding.
Yep, I'm a fan of stick myself. Now, with that being said, MIG welding MIG welding can burn in deep if all the conditions are right. I mean, but you've got to have everything really clean. You've got to have all the wire speed set right. You have to have the gas set right. You have to have the, you know, the amperage set right. I'm talking to the choir with S&S Smithing. I think he graduated welding school. But, you know, with all the things that you have to have set right, it leaves a big room and degree of error. As where with stick welding, basically, if you're fearing that you're not getting it hot enough, crank it up. Crank the amps up and then drag. And leave it dragging longer. You know, let it build up some. At least that's what I have found. Now, I am no professional welder, so I am not the person to take welding advice from. I'll be the first to say that. But from my shallow experience in welding as a craft, I can tell you. Scoot back, scoot back, scoot back. Oh, there it is.
I'll come over on this end if it helps.
I've built everything that I've made here in the forge, so, you know, I do have some experience in welding. May not be as much as everybody else, but I know enough not to get myself killed. Which is what I would say is the most valuable part.
Yeah. S&S Smithing says, what kind of MIG welder do you have, Roy?
I have a Hobart, I believe it's a 180, Hobart Handler 180. I think, let me look at it. 190. Hobart Handler 190 is what I have. It's not bad for light duty stuff. Ornamental things, perfect. You know, it's perfect for ornamental work. But when it comes to doing any sort of tooling, I don't trust it. I've had, like I said, I've had several things happen to me on where I trusted MIG welds that looked real good, and they looked real good, but something was off. My amperage, my wire speed feed, or something was wrong, and it had lack of fusion. And then there was a few times where I actually, again, like I said, I had a crack right in the weld itself. But the welding wire that I'm using, I get from Welder welding supply. So it should be good welding wire, and it's meant for mild steel or carbon steel, plain.
Dustin Dixon says, I heard someone was making a mess. Am I too late to help?
Never too late.
Hammer Time New York says, my MIG jobs always are better at the middle and end. Preheating has helped a lot.
So preheat. Yeah, I could say that that would work real well to preheat everything. Preheat things that you don't even think you need to preheat. You go over there?
Yes.
Get on your hood.
Get my hood on.
Measure a couple times, weld once. Okay, here, you can answer some questions. I'll tell you when I'm about to.
Okay, you give me a heads
go
up
live here.
so I don't have to just hold it. Justin Sturgeon says, larger wire diameters in your MIG welder will yield deeper penetration in your weld bead.
Okay. Yeah, right now I'm running 030 wire. Or aught 30.
Man Crafting PM says, or layer your beads. That gives you the ability to weld thicker. What's
funny is I'm probably I'm in front of a bunch of welders right now.
Yeah.
That are going to laugh at everything I do. Again, I'm an ornamental blacksmith. I am not a welder.
Mm-hmm.
I will never claim to be a welder. What I've seen some guys welds do, and just the technical skill that's involved, understanding your wires, understanding what your welding pool is doing, all that sort of stuff. It just, again, it's a skill set. That's why they have a college around it. That's why guys go to school to get certified in it.
Right.
That's why that schooling
specific.
costs lots of money. And that's why not everybody passes the test either. So because it's an actual verifiable trade. Skilled trade. So alright, so I'm all tacked up. That should work out fine. Hope everyone can see that just fine.
Yeah.
Corey Shire, is that 8-pound sledgehammer done yet? Nope. Still sitting here waiting to go. Now here's this. Still has flux on it. Still got the faces. I'm hoping to get to this, actually doing this here after I get this 30-pound sledgehammer out the door. So then I'll go back to finishing up this little hammer build here.
Manga 12 asked what we're making today, and Big Dog Forge says, is this Christ-centered welding?
Hey, it's still ironworks, right?
Iron related?
I'm doing iron-related things.
Manga 12, he is making a die for his power hammer.
Yep.
And later on, he's going to be working on some customer orders, some copper bowls.
Yep, I'll be working on some copper bowls here in a little bit. That's why I'm in a rush right now to get this done. So
Pruning shears.
Need to watch where you're going, Chug.
Yes, I do.
All right, so get rid of those.
Okay.
Watch out. There we go. They're out of the way. I tell you what, I need a bigger shovel.
Just a wee bit, eh? Now my stool's in the way.
Alright, so I'm going to explain something, whether you can see it on camera or not. This is a really old welder with really old leads. I need to replace the leads on this something bad, something fierce. They have cracks in it and stuff. You don't have to show it up too much, but there's some cracks in it. That is just asking for trouble. I have not gotten around to replacing the leads yet, as I do not do that much tooling as far as welding up stuff. With that being said, if you have, this is going to be one of those things like your dad tells you, do as I say, not as I do. If you have a welding leads that have cracks and has holes in them, it can kill you. You step on one, you get shorted between 2 points, you're a dead man. A welder don't care. When it sends 180 amps through you, it's 180 amps, you're a dead man. So, don't do as I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Do as I say,
well,
not as I do. Make sense?
Yeah. Do not attempt at home, kids. That's what
Do not
smithing.
attempt this at home with cruddy welding leads.
Tim says, Christ-centered copper works.
Yep. You will either make your wife a sad widow or a happy widow, depending on whether you had a life insurance policy or not.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I go to weld.
Okay. All right. I was like, you looked like you're getting prepared there.
No, I'm getting prepared. I'm just not ready yet.
All right. Yeah, Manga 12, I do have a shield he gave me. John Lavender, would it be better to stick weld to get the better penetration?
Yep, that's what we're doing. To catch everybody up, yes, I am stick welding.
Mancrafting TM says, don't we all need a bigger shop? I need a 69 by 40 minimum.
Right there with you. I'm just putting one clamp on here to eliminate some of the distortion that this will get just from the heat, but not completely necessary. It's mostly tacked up, but it will pull quite a bit.
Ivy Forge says, yeah, my little 8x8 filled up quickly. Once you start getting one tool, it's just a snowball from there.
Yep, I know how that is. Now, I will say that one problem with this thing, well, with the leads, other than, you know, it needing, I don't know what to say, other than it needing to get some new leads, is at first I thought it was a good thing. It's got like 50 foot of lead on it. It's got 50 foot of welding lead. But the problem with that is you don't always need 50 foot of lead. Mm-hmm. So you kind of have to just make a go of it.
Ari Taylor, thank you. I'm glad that you're appreciating watching our videos.
Yeah.
Tommy Wright, yes, we are doing well. Thank you for joining us tonight. And Axel Heinz says, used a set of number 2 booster cables as leads on my buzz box.
Alright, so I got it all set up here. Going to get my welding rods here.
Got to rummage around on the shelves a bit.
Yep. Now, I've been trying to find a lot of information on this, and it goes a lot of different ways, so maybe somebody can comment in the comment section what they use. I'm probably going to start a welder fight right now. But I like using 70-14 when I'm welding. Now, I've been watching a lot of like Jody at Welding Tips and Tricks, and Bob Moffat at weld.com, and things like that, and I get a lot of kind of mixed information. 70-18 seems to be the standard for any code work or anything like that. Not a whole lot is said about 70-14, but I find that 70-14 tends to run better on my machine. And maybe just be operator error, maybe I don't work as well with 70-18. There's more of a trick to it, I've heard that. But when it comes down to, you know, like tensile strength and things like that, it seems like there's a lot of argument that can go one way or the other on it. I know 70-18 is supposed to have a rod oven. I don't have a rod oven, so it's a humid shop. I've heard 70-14, not so much. Yeah, you guys can comment down below. I'm sure that'll ought to be fun.
Right now they're debating on how much it takes to stop your heart, whether it's an amp or a tenth of an amp.
It's a tenth of an amp.
Is that?
1/10 of an amp, yeah. From what I've heard. Alright, go ahead, shield up.
Alright.
hot enough. Certainly hot enough. Gotta get one more pass on that, but
Another pass?
yeah, I'll take another pass on it, but
Okay.
not right now. I'm gonna change this up for a while.
Okay. Let's see.
Questions, comments?
Sure. Mike G.
Complaints? Am I doing it all wrong?
All right. Mike G says, Jessica, been liking the blacksmith wife videos. They are great. Yeah, I'm glad. People seem to be interested in those, so I'm glad. I plan on continuing that for a while. Andrew Larson, he is working on a power hammer die. Spencer Coots, did we do a stream on Monday? No, we have not. Right now we have our Monday live streams kind of indefinitely on hold with the internet situation. We've just been using the cell phone, which is less handy for that particular scenario.
Okay, you can step.
Okay.
You step out. If you want to answer some questions, you can just step around the corner. If you want.
Okay.
Going hot. There we go. That's a peeler. Yeah, the machine's getting warmed up there.
Andrew Larson, no, it's not for a larger power hammer. It's the one you see in the corner there behind him. Is main shop power hammer.
So I wanted to show you guys something here. So I used an old rod, one that I didn't pull out of the package. Come here, honey. Come
All
in
right.
close. And just getting started, you see here, I didn't get, see it was kind of a rough start over here.
Yeah.
I really didn't fill that out. I had some of the flux chipped away from the end, so some of it was bare, and it was just a rough start. I should have just clipped off that end and cleaned it up first to get it started. It would have went a lot better, but I kind of went too fast in here. I kind of hit it and then just kind of pulled into it too quick. I've had that happen before. And then this right here, I actually welded over one of the MIG BBs, so it gave it a bit of a rise. But all in all, not too bad. Like I said, I'm not a professional welder or anything, so I'm fairly happy with it. I'm going to take another pass on this
Okay,
here.
go ahead. I am gonna...
You keep seeing comments.
Alright, I'll stand back here, and that way I'm not facing the... off of there. I believe Tim at Big Dog Forge had asked when Quad State, their official, like, first activity is. Their very first activity is their Friday night, to do a Friday night demonstration, and pretty much it runs all evening. I think it starts around 6 o'clock in the evening or something. But before that, like Thursday, and if you get there any sooner, there's like tailgate sales, but no official demonstrations going on. Let's see here. BC 25, welcome. Yep, we're a Buckeye too. Corey Shire, I find I'm still look away when someone welds on TV, call me gun shy after I suffered flash burns that put me out of work for a week when I was a welder in a fabrication shop many years ago. Yeah, I could see why. It's just better to be cautious, even though, you know, it's just a screen. Longest well, and you get a variety of things to learn, as well as some power hammer work and honest knowledge of 10 years honest blacksmithing, not just a fabricator, and some tool making as well as artwork. Yeah, if you're referring to Roy, yeah, he gets into all kinds of things, tool making and the artwork as well, so he just goes over so many different things. IB Forge, y'all need to carry a broomstick with a face on it at Quad State, so I will be there in spirit. That would be funny. Manga 12, not just an artist, but one that makes functional things as well. Let's see. Herb Page, have a good night. Thanks for joining us for the while that you're able to make it. Manga 12, enjoy the game you're at. Yeah, I'm not sure how late we'll be running. Last time we ran about 2 hours, so. And crafting TM, it'll be fine. Not exactly critical like a pipeline or a bridge. No, not that critical, but still it's used under power equipment, so it'd be good for pieces not to fly off of it. Andrew Larson, how's the sledgehammer coming along? Good. He's got some more sanding done on the face. Maybe here in a minute I'll be able to show you. I'll be able to show that to you.
You finish off this bead, hun, and then you can show them.
Okay. Dustin Dixon, you might make it to Quad State? Yeah, if you do. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of neat people to meet down there and a lot of good demos and stuff like that. And there's even a U Forge for anybody who wants to forge while they're at Quad State. You can come out and forge some stuff, even if you're a beginner. Let me see here. Okay, I think I caught up on the comments. Dixie Silver Miner, you enjoyed the rant video and really respect the job we are doing. Yeah, good. I'm glad that was the one about the blacksmithing, being a professional blacksmith, right? So looking at it over here, let me flip you around now.
Show them that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, this isn't the prettiest bead in the world, but I'm rushing, so probably not a good thing to do, but anyways, it's there. More than what I need on that. This really isn't going to take any force. This is just going to basically hold the piece in the center, so. But I overbuild everything, so might as well. There's the hammer.
Yes, but yeah, that's what you guys were asking about. Isn't it pretty? It's all shiny now.
There's the hammer so far, so now it's ready to go on to the chasing and engraving work.
Get you around this way.
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming along nicely.
Yep. And remember, everyone, if somebody leaves a super chat and I'm not there to say it, make sure you give them all a hand clap. Oh, and thank you for supporting the channel. Just wanted to say that since I'm not in present state of mind to answer comments. Any comments or questions or concerns?
Bill Serve says, who's going to swing that hammer? A very strong person.
That's my knowledge of Carney.
John Lavender says, pretty doesn't count, but function does.
Yep. No. All right, I'm going to get back after it here.
All right, good.
Get this other side welded in. All right, back at it.
All right. Tim, if you got to run, thanks for joining us. We hope you have a great evening.
Oh yeah, that's running in hot. Probably even go down an amp or a few amps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Dog Forge says he's got to go. Take care and God bless.
Take care, Tim. Thanks for stopping out, brother. Congratulations on all the big subscriber growth. This is about like watching mold grow, but it's a necessity.
Dustin
God,
Dixon.
that's ugly. Huh?
Dustin Dixon says, what are you going to use to hold the hammer while you're engraving it?
It's 30 pounds, so it'll basically hold itself for the most part. All I gotta do is set it up against something that'll stop it from wandering too much.
Philip B says, hey Roy, blame it on Phil.
It's all Phil's fault. Alright, feeling hot?
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make you guys not have to watch this entire boring demonstration here. It's going a little better. I like that heat a little bit better.
Good.
Huh?
Oh, nothing. Andrew Larson says, have you done a video on your cat litter refractory yet?
I have not. Going hot?
Okay.
There I was attempting a little different technique. I was trying to do more of a weave with it. There. Versus just dragging a stringer, but
Yeah, it looks a little different.
to fill it back in. Take a bunch of extra passes, so. Alright, continue on here.
All right.
We'll go ahead and give them comments or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Mr. Coffee, I don't think I have a Darth Vader voice. 's been like a good 9 years since we've seen the Star Wars movies anyway. Nine years too long. Yeah, actually, we were thinking about getting all of them and like having an entire week where we watch all the Star Wars movies. Mr. Coffee said he wanted to hear my Darth Vader voice.
Well, I tell you what, as the night's going on, I'm getting a little better and a little better. not?
Until you said you're getting better, eh?
Yeah.
By the way, Couch Forge Company, thank you for the $25 super chat. They say thanks for all you do.
Very welcome. Thank you for all you do. With the super chat. Everybody give them a hand clap. Thank you very much. Still running? Good.
Good. Nothing chipped off?
Huh?
Nothing chipped off?
Nope.
Okay.
I got those in there good. Now I just gotta weld in my die and the hardy shank. We'll be doing good.
All right. S&S Smithing, thanks for stopping in. Hope you have a good evening.
Thank you, S&S Smithing. Sorry to bore you with your day job there, buddy. He couldn't take the ugly welds.
Oh, is that what it is? Frank Strock says Roy's welds look 100% better than mine.
Well, I thank you, Frank. But I'm not much to compare to. Alright, I want to get this. I'll go hot with this real quick.
All right.
One thing I've been learning from, I've been trying to, again, I'm not taking any welding courses or anything like that. I've been trying to learn from guys like the Bob Moffat at weld.com and stuff on YouTube, and just trying to pick up some tips and tricks. I can say just by watching YouTube videos on welding and listening to people who know how to weld and watching hours, don't I, honey?
Yeah.
I probably watch hours and hours of that content late at night or in between breaks, listen to it into headphones while I'm working or something. One of the things I've noticed is my welds have improved quite a bit. Just picking up some different tricks and tips. So, again, once again, 100% not a welder, but you okay. You ready?
Yep.
But even though I'm not a welder, a good machine, helpful hints from somebody who knows what they're doing, and practice will go a long ways towards something like this. Alright,
Yep.
Want to hit it again?
Go ahead. Adam Robbins, he uses that as a fan. Mike G, you're getting your baby girl started young into blacksmithing, huh? By the time she's like 8, she ought to know quite a bit. Spencer Coots, God bless you. Have a good evening. Ivy Forge, we'll see you a little later if you drop back in. Al D. Titman, what time is it down there? It is here in Ohio. It is around 7:45. Dustin Dixon, oh, I got good news. When you see me at Quad State, I'm going to be 100% free. Awesome, Dustin.
Dustin.
That's great news.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Trevor Baldwin, hope you're having a good evening too.
Yep. We'll weld in this other side here.
All right.
Oh. Another thing I noticed, it's true what they say. There towards the end of your rod on these, they get real hot, and your arc starts going crazy on you. So I've been trying not to run them all the way down till I have nothing left. I've been trying to run them to where I've maybe got another 2 inches, 2.5 inches of rod left and get rid of it. That way I don't have like what I got here. I kind of got some, whatever you call it, some wormholes in it over here. Most of this is welded on, so it doesn't really matter for this application, but.
You'll have to speak up too, hon. I can't hear, so.
All right. Frank's Rock until Dustin gets into the tailgate sales, he will be in debt again. Maybe he'll bring some stuff he can trade around. County line force, that's a good way of doing it. Make cameras and listening and chatting between heats.
Feel like that one went much better.
Rock Mike, yep, multitasking. So what Roy says, he's always doing something while the metal's heating up. Getting another project prepped or something. Let's see, Andrew Larson asked, will the cat litter refractory work as a floor for a forced air forge?
Yes. It'll work really well for that.
Coffee's Forge broke my glasses earlier, can only see what part of what's going on, lol. Well, you better get that fixed before you're working on brakes on Monday.
So those aren't too half bad. I could probably go another round on that weld, I guess. Probably run a bead.
I'll get
run one more bead across this. All sides, basically.
Focus.
Again, it's not hateful. It could be better.
Let's see, Andrew Larson, how can I find out how to make it? The kitty litter mixture?
I have not made a video on it yet because I have not proof tested it enough. The closest thing I came to was I had a little ovular frame and I was using it as a back end to here. That'll be later on this winter or this fall. I should have that done. An actual forge designed around it. If you want to know the mixture right offhand, it doesn't really. Basically, you use clinker and kitty litter, and you grind up your clinker and you add it to your kitty litter. You know, water. Make basically, you know, add enough water to the clay, the bentonite clay and the kitty litter to get it to kind of roux up or make a ball kind of so big, and then you have to bake it. So you have to put it on a low heat to drive all the moisture out. And it holds up to the heat real well, and it heats up much like a fire brick. The only problem is that it doesn't have enough rigidity. So there's one other thing that I need to add to the mix in order to make it a perfect forging refractory substitute for cheap. So most likely I'm going to add some mortar mix, but I'm still figuring out what the ratios is on that. So that's why I haven't released anything. I don't want guys to be making this stuff and then like, hey, I made this thing and it sucks and I wasted $50 of money or whatever thinking I was going to cast this and it didn't work out. So
right.
I'm doing the testing so you don't have to.
Yeah.
I won't need that many. Yeah, I might. Questions?
Yeah.
Anything else?
You
before
see,
you get
Frank Strock says, gotta run, see y'all.
Hey, we'll see you, Frank. Thank you for dropping by, brother.
And Andrew Larson says, darn, I just threw out all my clinker. I'm sure you'll have more.
Save it up.
And Rock Mike asked what rod you're using.
70-14. Oh, all right. Got it?
Yep.
Oh, come on now.
That's not very gentlemanlike of me, is it? I love it when they peel.
Yeah, that's a big chunk.
It's amazing how many of these rods you go through. All right, going one more. We'll go around the corner here.
Okay. Al, thanks for joining us. Have a good night. ES says, what kind of stick welder are you using and are you happy with it?
Oh yes, very happy with it. I don't know the brand. It's a really old buzz box I bought from my landlord. You can show them it, honey.
Alright. Right over here.
It's a great welder. Alright, well,
Good? Or you need time?
Go ahead.
Now somebody's actually talented at welding. I'll be able to round that corner, no problem.
Champ Ironworks says, Roy and Jess, do you have any favorite places in Troy to eat? You like that Mexican place up there pretty good, don't you, Roy?
Yeah. I don't know
What it's called,
road it's
though.
off of. It's right by the on the road sofa. Quad State will be on, you know, the fairgrounds. If you head north, no, you head west on that road from the fairgrounds, like you're heading to the Interstate 75. If you head that way, there's a little Mexican restaurant on the left-hand side. I like eating there. Serving size is real big, and it's pretty economical for what you get. So.
Yeah.
Go down here.
Okay. And Cockatoo Bird Van Bill says you may want to think about turning on a fan to get the smoke out of your face.
Yes, ideal.